Hey, what's going on, Taurus? How are you? Taurus, thanks so much for being here. I do appreciate your time. I'm really excited to do this reading for you. This reading is going to be a very timeless reading, okay? Which means that there is no time frame or concern about time as far as when this is happening for you. Okay, so for some of you, if you're watching this may be happening to you now. This is something that may have happened to you before and it hits you that way. Others, keep in mind that this, you might end up using this video as a point of reference for any energies that you see that may happen sometime later in the future. This means that at any time that you're watching this video after said upload time, it doesn't matter. Okay. It's for you to see, hopefully. And if not, then check your moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Okay. Because, in fact, some of you may end up, this may be your moon, rising, or Venus sign that, that is just kind of happening to breeze by your way at some point. So this video, again, does not move on time. It is just something to just be put out there for energy that Taurus might feel, okay? The first card, though, we do have to come out is the past life relationship card. So, Taurus, there was somebody... Oh, I forgot to even tell you what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is we're going to be talking about like missed connections that you make with people, right? Sometimes, you meet someone and you have an awesome connection with them. But then for whatever reason, like they kind of like fall through the cracks, or, the relationship doesn't really come to fruition, because maybe it wasn't time or whatever reason. But, this is exploring, where you may have been at that time. Or for some of you, where you might be finding yourselves right now, depending on when you're watching this video. All right. So this first row is about pretty much the connection that you made with this person. We had a past life relationship. You have known each other before. Basically, this is just to say that, okay, you've known this person before, right? Like when you met this person, you may have automatically felt like you had an instant pull to them. Like you knew them from... It's like you've always known them. It's like this instant familiarity that you have with them. Okay. Love yourself first here with this card. I do feel like, yeah, this person may be coming around like during a time where you are just feeling the most confident about yourself, or you really felt the most confident about yourself and this person came around. For some of you, you're still working through issues of, or at this time you were still working through issues of, being confident and being secure within yourself when you met this person. But nevertheless, you developed a very instant relationship with this person. And it's because your souls recognize one another. Whether you've never seen this man or woman from, a can of paint. But when you met them, your souls instantly felt as though they had been reunited, whereas the shell of you were only coming together for the first time ever. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. For some of you, you guys may have been meeting this person around the time that your current relationship at that moment, if you were dealing with someone at that moment, maybe the relationship was getting a lot more serious with that person. And then here along comes this whoever that, that your soul resonated to on a more, deeper tone or a deeper level. I get the sense that there was this... I get the sense that the time that you spent with this person, you knew that it felt good, it was beautiful, but at the same time, there was a sense of you trying to have respect for yourself and respect for your other relationship or anybody else that you have gotten yourself involved with before you met this person. Ooh, let's see what the tarot has to add in here. Spirit, please allow us to be able to interpret your messages here for Taurus. this person that they had a past life relationship with, this person that they felt this instant energy with, this person that just really intrigued them on the level of familiarity. Who is this person? Who is this person that spoke to Taurus's soul like this? Maybe even had you feeling cold feet about remaining faithful to the person that you had already set to marry, or that you were already, you know, in a relationship with. Yeah, I think I said it already, where it's like for some of you, you just really felt as though you chose to be with the one that you were with because it would look better as far as, for some of you, it would look better as far as, you know, not having to explain yourself. But for others of you, it was just out of a more respect thing, or you didn't want to give yourself that type of reputation. We have the King of Wands in the reverse, and we have the Queen of Coins in the reverse. Oh boy. I feel like this person was physically, you know, everything that you may have wanted, everything that you have been, quote unquote, or technically, or feeling that you thought you need. Like maybe they had great sex, awesome sex, but maybe they just weren't the most stand-up type of individual. You know, but at either rate, you were attracted to them, but you were attracted to them for just all the wrong reasons. Just all the wrong reasons. You were attracted to them for everything. You were attracted to them because they were everything that your current person was not. On a physical level. I feel like you may have had an inkling, Taurus, that they would be the type of person that might want to take advantage of you, and maybe take advantage of your resources, and just have you feeling in this real, like, deep, dark headspace about yourself, trying to figure out your own self-worth because someone else couldn't see it. And maybe that's, you know, speaks to, again, why you chose to keep going where you were. Because, again, this card, you know, love yourself first. Not only does it symbolize to me that you were trying to have respect for the current relationship, but, you know, yeah, you saw this person for what they really were. You know, you understood that your attraction to them was purely sexual or carnal. And there was really no value that they could add to you, you know. Now, they may have even in the long run, possibly you may have had this thought that maybe they would cause your value to depreciate. Let's get some more tarot here. Yeah, Two of Swords. You made your choice, Taurus. You were the one that made the choice here. I'm getting that, definitely. You were the one to make the choice. You were saying, you know what, listen, on the brink of having this opportunity of dealing with someone else that can really physically give me what I want, right? I get the sense that, you know what, Taurus, you said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and stay with who I have. I'm going to stay with who I have. And, you know, maybe some of you taught them to be a little bit more of what you needed, so that you wouldn't have to go and look for it elsewhere. With the Four of Coins, yeah. Yeah, with the Four of Coins, I get the sense that, yeah, you made the choice to just kind of stand still and stay where you were at. For some of you, it could have been where you just kind of just chose to just be single in the first place, and or just single altogether rather, and not deal with anyone at all. But for those of you who decided to keep your current partner, or keep whoever was your current partner at that time, as opposed to choosing whoever this person is, it was more so you really did it out of, again, it was the safer choice. It was a lot more of a foundation there for you to be able to build off of, as opposed to someone not building on your own, on your platform that you have, but kind of taking away from it. But nevertheless, I mean, I don't know, maybe at some point in the past life, you guys were, you know, it was the opposite. But let's get some clarity here. Taurus, I feel like you possibly chose another earth sign, whether it was another Capricorn, Taurus, or another Taurus, a Capricorn, or a Virgo. You chose someone that was more stable, as opposed to, you know, this other person that you were dealing with was possibly a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Okay, hold on. Clarifying, we got the Six of Swords. Yeah, Taurus, you completely backed out of the situation. You completely, I don't feel like you took your losses. I mean, you didn't really lose anything. You didn't really gain anything. You just kind of took your things and just went on with your own business here, with this person, without this person. The Eight of Wands. Taurus, you might be hearing some communication from this person. This person might be coming back around. Okay? You may not want that. If this is the person that you're thinking about, you may not want that. But the thing is that they've been really having you in their headspace and in their heart space. And, you know, I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel as though I don't yet feel as though they've like really made any changes, you know, other than just maybe, you know, they may have learned a few lessons in the time that you guys have, you know, been apart, or, you know, not around one another. But ultimately, yeah, I feel like you'll be hearing from them. They may be far away. They may be talking about wanting to come and see you, or setting something up to come and see you. And then now we have the Eight of Pentacles. And then the Nine of Cups. We had an extra card come out there. So this is interesting because I do feel as though Taurus, now I do feel like they may have really learned a lesson from you deciding to move on from them. And I think they really learned that, you know, not everybody's really going to feed into their particular level of, like, I don't want to say BS, but, you know, everybody has those things that, you know, their own gimmick, kinks and quirks that, you know, people choose to put up with or not. And Taurus, I think that, you know, maybe some things you decided not to put up with them. And, you know, once you kind of let that go, or whoever let that go, the other person decided then that, you know, maybe that was the turning point for them to really kind of work on themselves. I feel like maybe they worked on having more finances, like they put a lot more time into a business, either of their own, or they got a job where, you know, maybe they kind of are able to make their own hours, even though it's still for, you know, a different or bigger corporation. So Taurus, I feel like you are going to be getting some communication from them. I feel like, you know, but when you do, though, I feel like, you know, I feel like they are going to still be the same person, albeit they may have made certain changes, as far as they may have, you know, gotten a job, or, you know, they may have kind of come into their own as far as a career or a project or some sort of niche that, you know, works for them. And the both of you, I think at the both of you, once this occurs though, the both of you are going to be at a point in your time, a point in your life where, you know, you really are actually, you know, happy with yourself, you know, with the love yourself first card and then the Nine of Cups. You know, you really are content. You really are going to be at a level in your life where it's just like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I got everything I want. You know what I mean? Or you know, I got everything I could possibly want. Like, what more could I ask for? But there is more. But you don't, you know, but you don't even understand why you need more. You're just so happy with that, or you're happy with yourself at that moment. So that could speak to a certain timeline for whoever is watching this. I mean, like, again, I mean, I know that this is a timeless reading. It's not going to necessarily sit for a particular time frame, right? But just pay attention to, like, kind of the energies here. If you find yourself at a point in your life where things are really kind of moving right, things are really kind of going right, things are kind of falling into place the way that you really wanted it to, and you're feeling good about yourself, then that might be around this time where maybe this person from the past that you were connected with at some certain point begins to reach out to you, and maybe even they may show you exactly how much they have progressed, you know, in an attempt to, you know, catch your attention again. And I don't know, it may or may not work, but we'll see, right? So let's take a look and see about what that communication right here actually could mean, right? What they could be coming to you to say. What could they be having in their heart? What could they be really feeling? What might you be feeling? What might you be wanting to say? I don't know how I feel anymore. I don't know how I feel anymore. Okay, well, that's a little bit obscure. I mean, I'm going to say it. It is. It's a bit obscure. But I feel like it's here. I feel like it's here for a reason. I feel like maybe these are the words that kind of resonated to them, you know, at the time of you leaving, or at the time of you choosing to not pursue anything with them anymore, right? Like, you were the one that slipped through their hands, and they were left just not really knowing how to feel. They just don't know how they feel. But I feel like they get through it by working, and maybe those words, maybe you said the words, I don't know how I feel, before, you know, whatever happened. But I don't know, maybe it's just, maybe they worked themselves to a particular point of numbness. I feel safer in the silence. Oh, wow. Okay, Taurus, I feel like they definitely, yeah, Taurus, you definitely impacted them. Okay. Oh, man, Taurus. Okay, so I feel like this might be for, I mean, Taurus, you may know who I'm talking about here, but I feel like it's for the person that you know that I'm talking about. Like, I feel like I have to talk to them. I feel like I have to talk to them here. So whoever was dealing with Taurus, I get the sense that at the time that you met this person, at the time that you met Taurus, you were a little bit, you know, you were working a little bit on your shadow side. And when I say you were working on your shadow side, I don't mean like you were trying to improve your shadow side. I mean like you were working from within your shadow side. But then, you know, there was just like, you were just completely smitten with Taurus. You were completely smitten with Taurus, and you were even willing to dive completely and elevate, you know, this relationship with Taurus. But I feel like what it is that I feel like Taurus actually saw you for who you really were. And because they also knew that they had some things that they needed to work on, they decided to go ahead and press forward in another direction. It doesn't mean that they chose anyone over you. And again, I'm speaking to the cross watcher here who may have been dealing with the Taurus, and you have this Taurus person on your mind. I feel like they, I don't feel like they were choosing someone over you, possibly. I just feel like they were just ready to elevate to the next point in their relationship with their higher self. They just really needed to get to a point of they just needed to understand who they were on a more esoteric level. But nevertheless, it brought you, again, cross watcher, it brought you to a point to where, it brought you to a point to where it's like, wait, it's like they completely did to me what I would do to someone else, or what you may have been doing, to other people that you were meeting. And it kind of maybe woke you up to it, like, oh. So cross watcher of the Taurus, your Taurus may have given you, inadvertently may have given you a taste of your own medicine. And now it's like they linger. They linger. Like you keep them in your energy, hoping for, that moment to reconnect once again. Because with the past life relationship, we already know that you guys are moving on cycles. We already know that you guys, come in and out of each other's life. And maybe, the first time around was, was for you to, the first time around was for you to understand, where you need to improve. And again, I feel like I'm talking to the cross watcher of Taurus at this moment. And so then the choice that they made a more safer choice. They didn't want to take this big risk with you. They took a safer choice here, whether that was with someone else or to some other sort of project or whatever. But there is communication coming around. You guys are going to be talking or bumping into each other or Facebooking each other or something. I feel like somebody's friend is going to be like, I feel like somebody's friend is going to be like, oh, you remember that Taurus that, da 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 da, and they're going to be like, you're going to be like, I don't even know how I feel about that person anymore. But you really know. It's just like you just can't put it into words. So you just suffer in the silence. So you feel safer when you don't have to say the words. What is the, okay. What is the advice here? Okay. So the advice here we have is treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. I like this card. This card is very bright. It's very enlightening. It's number 10, right? So I feel like it is this rounded energy. It's this spirit is asking you to make sure that, the people that you have in your life, when you have them, make sure that you do cherish those relationships while you have them, because then you may find yourself in an instant where now you're missing out on the opportunity to be able to have this particular relationship with them because they either felt undervalued or you didn't even value yourself enough to know that, you should really be doing right here. But cross watcher of Taurus, I don't feel like you necessarily were doing anything wrong in particular. Not like, it's not like you were doing wrong by Taurus, like you were necessarily fucking up shit with Taurus. It was just, you were just out there doing your own thing, possibly with other people other than Taurus. And Taurus knew that, and they decided that they weren't going to be a part of that. They had more respect for themselves. Don't be mad at me, cross watcher. Please don't. I know y'all going to come in my comments and hopefully not be disrespectful. But, like I said, don't force the storyline. All right, Taurus, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go with that. But just again, understand that, as people come into your life, make sure that you show them the love and the support and the, you know, honor and just all those good things. Like, make sure you give people their roses and their flowers while they're still alive, because it's not going to matter once they're gone. All right, Taurus, I'm out. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can. Just email me at luminantlibra@gmail.com. I'll see you guys on the next reading, okay? Enjoy.